The following program is powered by Ride the Wave Media.
Introducing the best podcast in Utah, Radio Daybreak. Here are your hosts, Just Blane and Becks.
Oh, yes. You hear that music?
It's right in my ears.
This is Radio Daybreak. We are here at the Daybreak Business Community. I am here with Becks. No. That's Becks. This is the Fresh King Benjamin. Becks, I think Becks moved to Japan.
Becks is gone. Yeah, I'm Becks's replacement. I am a sorry replacement, but I am an enthusiastic one. So what I lack in technique and ability, I make up for with raw enthusiasm.
Well, that's great. Well, Becks will be back next week. She will not be here this week. She's in Japan.
She's in Japan.
Her whole
She's
family.
in Japan playing a game where Japanese kids will take their fingers. I introduced her to this game, and they'll sneak up behind people and
Wait a minute.
yeah, just like that. It's called Gancho.
She's not playing that over.
She is playing that game.
Hey, this is a family-friendly show. Before anybody gets their mind in the gutter, get it out of there.
I'm talking. They just do this in the air.
Yeah. Get like fist pump. It's like fist pump.
Like yes.
So listen. We're DBC at Harmon's Daybreak Business Community. We just got done with our meeting, and we want to announce that we're going to be here at Harmon's for the rest of May, and then we're moving back to Novel by the Crescent Communities. That's Novel Daybreak by Crescent Communities. We've been there before.
They've got lunches for us coming in a couple of days, and then we also have a really cool new addition to the DBC lineup, which is we're going to start doing workshops. So on May 16th is going to be our first evening workshop at Novel. Blane, you're going to be doing that workshop on how to launch a podcast, how to take it from idea to execution, and they're going to be really great. So come out to those networking events starting in May in Harmon here, and then starting in June back at Novel.
That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to do that. Like you said, we'll go from ideation to full-blown distribution. We're going to walk in there with no ideas, and we're just going to come up with it. That's going to be at Novel May 16th. I got to talk about this newest event that's blowing up all of Daybreak, but it's not called anything Daybreak.
No, it is not, because Daybreak is trademarked, so we cannot say it, but Nitebreak is not. So the event you're talking about is my event. It's called Nitebreak Comedy, the Nitebreak Comedy Series, which launched just 2 weeks ago, last Friday in April. Sold out show, 70 people at Biscott's. I brought down 3 fantastic local comics from Salt Lake, crushed it. People were super happy. I had one person come up to me afterwards and tell me that the quality of the comedy that he saw right here in Daybreak was on par with, if not exceeding, the Comedy Store and the Improv in LA. And I believe that wholeheartedly. Fantastic comics here in Utah.
He was not lying. I remember that comment. And that's the gosh honest truth. He wasn't even being funny about it. Now, when is this and where? How do we get tickets?
So if you want tickets, you need to go to my website, thefreshkingbenjamin.com. And there's a little section up at the top that's Nitebreak Comedy. You can click on that. And we are selling tickets right now for all of the shows in May. So for this Friday, May 10th, next Friday, the 17th, all the way through May. This Friday is the one you definitely want to come to for this round, because I'm bringing a very good friend of mine. She was actually on my podcast recently. Her name is Becca. Oh. She has an incredibly inspiring story. She's a super funny person. And then I'm going to bring a couple more of my comedy friends from Salt Lake. It's going to be an awesome, awesome show. And that's this Friday, 7:30 p.m., right at Biscott's.
Let me hype up next Friday.
Yes, do it.
Whew, we got Daybreak's grandpa. I don't know if he even likes that title, but if he does.
He told me not to call him that. He wants to be known as the granddaddy of dad jokes.
The granddaddy of dad jokes.
Our very own Mike Agrelius will be headlining the very first family-friendly comedy show right here in Daybreak, May 17th, 7 p.m. for the kiddos, also at Biscott's.
That one, dude, we have witnessed Mike's set.
Oh, he is hysterical.
Now, when he first started telling us he had a set, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Mike.
Sure.
He comes in here and crushes it
in front of like our whole business community. Funny as hell, funny as heck. Family
night.
And not only that, I'm also going to bring up some local kid comedians from Daybreak. So I've got a couple of like tween and teenagers who have I've been coaching them a little bit. They've been interested in doing comedy for a while, but they can't get into the clubs because they're 21 and older.
Yeah.
So they're going to come out to that. So we're going to have some local comics. We're going to have some family-friendly comics from Salt Lake. We're going to have Mike Agrelius headlining for his very first time. And it's going to be an awesome night. It's going to be wild.
So if you've got a kid out there, if you've got somebody, if you see this episode and you want to get a shot at being on one of these shows, and you can't get into those clubs, hit us up at Radio Daybreak. Hit up the Fresh King Benjamin. Let us know, man, because we would love.
Oh, I would love to get local people on any of the shows, on the family show for sure. But also if you're maybe a local comic who's a little bit older and thinks you're funny and wants to try something, I would love to get some local people who are funny and want to try some comedy on these shows.
And let's be real here. This is not come down here and let us bash you for being awful.
No. This is draw a big circle, inclusive, fun. The event on Friday, I really personally believe that comedy is about inclusion.
Yes.
Comedy is about love. Comedy is about connection. We're not here to make fun of people. We're not here to make people feel dumb or stupid or left out. We are here to laugh at everyone and to use laughter to bring us together.
Not only does it bring us together, but laughter helps your health. Your
100%.
health. Now, right here in May, we are right here at Ride the Wave Media, Radio Daybreak, the best podcast in Utah. We are focusing on health of all kinds. That brings me to my special guest for today's show. It's Stacey Millhorn from Pure Sweat and Float Studio right here in South Jordan. I go and talk to her, and then I did a float.
You floated.
I floated. It's not what you think out there. What is it? Soak, float.
Float. Yeah, that's a Utah thing.
Me and Stacey actually talk about that. But we're gonna go to that interview now. And then in the middle of this interview, after the interview, I actually go into the float. I recorded it.
You recorded yourself floating?
I recorded it. I'm not gonna say anything else, but I recorded it. Stick around for that. We're gonna hear that. We're gonna hear from Stacey Millhorn. And like I said, we are focusing on health this month, all month long, right here. You're gonna hear more stuff from Pure Sweat and Float. You're gonna hear some more stuff about making you laugh.
Best medicine.
Laughter
Best medicine. Did not invent that. I'm just professing it.
Professing it. There you go. The prophet, the Fresh King Benjamin right here. Just Blane. Let's go to our interview. All right. I am here with Stacey, who I met at the Daybreak Business Community networking launches.
Yeah, Biscottis.
We met like a long time ago. And then you just showed back up months later.
Yeah.
It looks like Pure Sweat and Float Studio is popping though, because we're sitting here now in front of some crazy artwork. This is wild. I walked in, that caught my eye. There's a whole wall of products over there.
Yep.
You've got, tell me about some of the products first. Let's see that.
Yeah, so we work with a lot of local companies and really specific companies that are in line with our health, journey and clean products. So we use Gold Naturals and Bee's Knees, and those we get from Hemp Park City. So we've got Delta 9, which a lot of people are surprised we can carry, but there's a little THC, a little CBD.
Oh yeah.
And then we've got the Muscle and Joint, the Sleep and the Stress. Those have very little THC, lots of CBD, and they're awesome to use in the float and just outside of the studio. We have Cabin Candles from Cabin Candle in Park City, so a local, little candle company. And then we have Age Quencher Hydrate, so we're really big on obviously staying hydrated with the saunas and the float. And then clean skincare, our biggest sellers are Symbiotica, that's our supplement line, so no fillers, no garbage. It's liposomal technology, so it gets into your system versus taking a pill, and a lot of it gets eliminated. And then we have fun things to add on for the sauna, like sheet masks and eye gels, yummy drinks, and you're welcome to make some hot tea while you're here.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I love the word symbiosis. That's one of my favorite words.
Yeah.
So when you said that, I was like, that's my word.
We borrowed it.
Yeah, no. Hey, I'm all about collaborating. I always share my words. What's that tool right there? That stainless steel rose quartz?
The gua sha. So those are amazing to use in the sauna and at home. When you're in the sauna, you'll get nice and warm. I love using a sheet mask with it because you're getting really good ingredients just drinking into your skin. And then you can use it to reduce inflammation and also release neck tension.
Oh.
So you're nice and warm in the sauna, and then you start to use that, and just really things melt away.
And we need to be warm right now because it's snowing outside right now. Actually, the sun's shining. This is the wildest thing in Utah right now.
It's all over the place.
We're recording this the end of March here, and you would think it was June at one point. April, June, all over the place.
Yeah.
But it's been wild. Now, Tell me about this. Just to be clear, the THC levels you have are right below the limit where you can sell and not have to get the prescription for medical marijuana here in the state.
That's right. So we have a license through the Department of Agriculture. So these are all products that are on their approved list and legal to be sold within businesses.
Yeah, let's be real. These are in real packages. This isn't something you baked at home.
No, I didn't make them. I don't break them. I don't serve them to people. But it's a 10-to-1 THC CBD, so the entourage, the Delta 9s are a little bit stronger. And we have some people that really helps them sleep. I'm a big fan of the muscle and joint. I've got a full shoulder replacement, so it's not just CBD, but there's some CBG and CBN. So as you know, there's so many parts of the cannabinoid plant that are legal.
New ones. The CBG is a new one that's popped up here. I don't know if it's new per se, but it's new as far as consumerism, as medical patients.
100%.
And CBG, I believe, helps with inflammation. It'll help you sleep a little bit.
Relaxation, focus.
Yes, which is cool. That's a good thing to have.
Yes.
Now, I only asked that question about the THC stuff because that's got a strong stigma, especially where we're at.
Absolutely.
Some of the stuff you have here might have a stigma as well.
Yeah.
Like, I hear this floating thing. Is this the Mormon soaking thing? What is this?
It is not.
Okay. Because I got real nervous when I came down here today, and I thought I was going to go.
You know what kind of place you were coming into.
I didn't know what was happening, so I walked in. I mean, I'm open-minded. I'm open-minded to things.
Fair enough. Yes. No. It's not that. It's pretty incredible. A lot of people that are familiar with floating in water.
Yes.
It's they're used to pods or eggs, and there is hesitation for being enclosed or being claustrophobic. And so our room, which you'll get to see, which is so awesome. It's 7 feet tall, 7 feet long, so it's large.
Okay, my anxiety's leaving.
Okay, good.
Because I am claustrophobic. I do get claustrophobic. I get a strong anxiety.
This will be great. You'll love it. So you can put 2 people in it too. So you can do date night. I love being in there, just kind of bouncing around on the walls because there's 1,500 pounds of Epsom salt.
Oh, nice.
You float effortlessly like you're in the Dead Sea. So it's just, you can't move the same way on land as you can in the float.
Yeah, so you mentioned the Dead Sea. That's between the west of Jordan and east of Israel. It's
That's right.
there. We're beautiful over there, but we're probably not going anytime soon.
Unfortunately, no.
So this is about as close as we can get there, except for the Great Salt Lake, because
that's true.
Actually, it's comparable to the Dead Sea. I believe they're both about 30% salt, something like that.
Yeah.
Which means you don't have to try to float, right? Like you're just there.
It's so amazing. So it's about 2 feet of water. Like you said, when you get in, you sit down, and as soon as you start to lean back, you just pop up on the water. Like you have to do nothing to float.
No balance,
nothing. And it's crazy because I can float, and I've had clients come in and they said they've never floated in their life, and they've been able to float, and like what a sensation it was.
I've heard it's like you're in space. It's
totally.
Wow. Now that's crazy to me.
I love it. So there's stars on the ceiling that you can turn on or off, and then there's light and music underwater. I love leaving the lights on and the water the light under the water off, because really when you kind of just are relaxing, if you open your eyes, I feel like I'm in the ocean by myself, just a sky full of stars.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Like that's, because to me, you talk about putting me in a box with some water and closing me off and I can't see anything, can't hear anything. I'm scared a little bit because I don't like to be by myself like that.
Yeah.
Like my mind starts going crazy with whatever. I have to have some sort of stimulation to either offset what's going on in my head or to clear it out, one or the other. I know it's weird to hear, but loud noises will clear my head more than anything.
You'd be surprised. So there's people use the float for different reasons. So it's amazing to reduce stress, which we all have stress. So it reduces your cortisol levels. It's great for muscle recovery. So lots of people in Utah doing lots of exercise and running and hiking and biking and all the things. And it's great for our mental health.
Yeah.
So even for concussion, traumatic brain injury, and it's awesome for sleep because all of that magnesium in the water. But we do find people will say they either come in because they have a big decision and they want to process, and it's quiet time where they have to just spend some time with themselves and allows them to work through that. The flip side of that is, wow, I have mental gymnastics and I'm kind of all over the place. That's me a lot of the time. And that's where like a CBD gummy comes into play for me, which I love. But you really have the opportunity to just be by yourself without the external stimulation, and people are pretty overwhelmed by the feeling that they get. Typically a good one.
I think it'll take me a little bit to get used to it.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be I'm that person that's always, oh, what's next on my schedule? What do I have to be now? What am I missing out on because I'm here for X amount of time?
It'll make you slow down, which we all need. I mean, we have got phones, computers, emails, internet, billboards, everything's coming at us all the time.
Neuralink, that's what I have in mind. That's how I know all the Dead Sea facts. I just pulled it up in my head real quick.
So exactly, so it's going to give you a time where you're not going to be on your phone and you just get to really chill. And you know, I sometimes, if you do feel like mental gymnastics, I'll bounce off the walls, act like seaweed, just kind of chill. You're getting all those same benefits. And to your point, it may take some time. We have intro packs, so a pack of 3. We usually say it takes about 3 times to get comfortable, because I initially would hold a lot of tension in my neck and realize I didn't need to do that, that I was safe, that the water would hold me.
That's going to take me a minute too, because I just had spinal fusion. I had spinal fusion 4 months ago, 5 months ago. So I'm always straining my neck. So I need to be able to just kind of
it's going to be amazing.
I can't wait for that.
Yes.
Let me ask you this though. What's the proper etiquette in there? Because you were talking about in there bouncing around, moving around the wall. I would assume I just had to lay there and not move.
There's no right or wrong way to float. So we have a lot of people, it helps you get into theta state. So you know, if you get a massage and you're not quite awake, but you're not quite sleeping, that's theta. So it's very meditative. A lot of people that get into that state will come out and say, I feel like I just had a night's sleep. So ideally, if we can get you there, but if you're busy, you're busy. If you fall asleep, that's great. And I have fallen asleep in there many times when you really can get yourself relaxed. You can focus on breath work. You can, I would say the only thing we don't want you to do is stand up and splash around like you're at an amusement park.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Other than that, you go for it.
No, that's good to know, because I would have been the one in the... No, I'm kidding. I would have been in there acting wild like that. I see a rose quartz eye mask over there. That's wild, too. It looks like something from like the medieval times there.
It's actually also really beautiful. That is amazing in the refrigerator. So take that out, nice and cold. Any type of inflammation, or if you have a headache, it'll cool all those nerves down.
Yeah, you know what? Let me go back to that, because you did mention some of the health benefits. Like, what are the top health benefits for getting in a float?
Oh my gosh, so many.
And what kind of time are you looking at? Is this a 20, 40, 60 minute? What are we looking at here?
So we have a 25-minute boost that we offer Monday through Friday. Okay. Then we offer a 40 and a 60. Most people do the 40-minute. We do have some people, once they get used to that 40, they want that 60-minute. I kind of fluctuate between the two depending upon my schedule. Benefits, really, the majority of adults are magnesium deficient. So this is magnesium sulfate. Skin is our largest organ. So we have you shower off, so you'll get all the daily, just oils and things off of you through the integrity of the water. And then while you're in there, again, whether you're moving around, laying there, relaxing, your body's just drinking up that magnesium. So really, for me, sleep, overall just mental health. And I think, I don't have children, but my teammates that do say it just takes them from a 10 to a 5. Like if something pops up or kids are reacting and okay, I can, I'm better equipped to handle this. So just kind of your overall mental state is better. And there's actually a lot of data on floating that shows the post float will last for about 48 hours. Wow. So we recommend coming once a week or twice a month.
Yeah, is there too much? Can you actually come too much, or is this We have a veteran that has floated 40 plus times. So we use Superior float tanks. We use them because they are the best on the market. Most float places only filter their water. We clean it and filter it. So it's cleaned with UV ozone and medical grade hydrogen peroxide and filtered. I joke it's probably some of the cleanest water in Utah. I wouldn't drink it, but it's the cleanest. But yeah, the parasympathetic, so all the things that are happening with our brain and body, that fight or flight, it's so amazing for that. So our military bases use Superior float tanks for PTSD with our veterans. I love that. That's something out there that needs more attention. Absolutely. They need something to help them out.
Absolutely. And we offer...
Not a drug. They need something that's not a drug.
And what a nice experience to come do something for yourself, really relax. And it doesn't even have to be military. We've got a client, a horse fell on her.
Oh, see,
And so they recommended floating. And for her to get in that pod and close the top, she said she couldn't even do it. She got in and got right out. So with her, we've had the door open. So you can kind of progress into variable states of being in the float.
So if I'm in there and I get a little shaky, I can just crack the door. I can see out. I'll be good.
Totally.
Oh, so you're not locking us in there?
Not going to lock you in. Now, you do have a private room, so that room will be private. So, it's also a comfort to know that it's yours. You have the shower, the towels, the earplugs, everything's in there for you. So you just show up in comfy clothes and we've got you.
Tell me the process. Yeah. So I come in, I check in at the desk, and then what happens after that?
Check in. If you're new, you'll sign a waiver. We'll get you all settled. We'd love to walk you through some of the retail that's complimentary to the services. If you're here for a sauna and a float, we'll get you set up for your sauna and then float. If you're just floating, we'll get you back to the float room. We keep that room a little bit warmer on a mini split, just so you're not cold transferring to and from being wet.
Yes.
So we have you shower. We have organic products in there. Again, we have you put earplugs in. We have the towels, all the things. There's some nice little candles in the room just for ambiance.
Nice.
And then you'll get into the float. And there's a woman that says, welcome, it's time for your float. Please step in. And then there's buttons inside. So
no, she's in there with me. What's happening here?
Just the voice.
Okay.
It's still you. Not that kind of place.
Yeah. We already established we're not soaking, we're floating.
That's right. In water. In water. That's right. And so she lets you know it's time to get in. And then we're up here. We've got you. All you have to pick is your soundtracks. We have Tibetan bowls and meditation and really nice instrumental music. But you have control. So if you're in there and today you want all the things on, have all the things on. Next time you come, maybe you want the light under the water off. You can control that. Halfway through, maybe you want it back on. So you get to do you while you're in there. And then she'll let you know so you don't have to worry about how long or how much time you have left. She comes back on, welcome back. And just says, it's time to get out. And then you know it's time to step out, you shower. And then we have a little vanity bar in the back. So we carry local skincare from Kalahari Rose, made here in Utah.
Nice.
The cleanest. It's really nice skincare.
Nice.
We have blow dryers and some other things back there. So if you're running around, you can pop in, pop out, and put yourself back together.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, that's incredible. So that sounds like a great process. I'm ready to try it out, I think I'm ready to try it out. I'm going to mic up. I'll just keep a mic in there.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
It might turn out well. It might turn out awful. We might lose a microphone in there. I don't know.
It's totally worth trying.
We'll try it.
I love it. It's a first, I'll tell you that.
Where can we find out more info, pricing, all that kind of stuff? You got a website, you got social, what are they?
We do. So our website is puresweatstudios.com. All the locations are listed there.
Okay.
We actually have a new app, Apple and Android app.
Wow.
Pure, P-U-R-E, Sweat, and it's our logo, so it's that PSFS with the blue circle.
Circle.
Yep. You can download that, and then you're really in tune with specials that we run. Mother's Day is coming up, so I'm sure we'll have something going on. Intro packages, like I said, they're discounted to get you in. We also offer local pricing, so memberships as well as packages. So everything's there. Totally can hit us up on social. We're Pure Sweat South Jordan, and Pure Sweat Park City is our sister location.
I'll make sure we have all those links in the notes so people can click on it and do all that.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it. All right. I'm so excited.
All right, now listen, I had this grandiose idea that I was going to go into that float tank. I was going to record 40 minutes of me just talking. What am I feeling? How's it going? All that kind of thing, right? That's not what we got. So I got a 40-minute recording, and I had to edit this thing down, and here it is. This is what you're going to hear. So you're going to hear me get in, and I chopped up a bunch of this, and this is 40 minutes, okay? I'm getting there, I'm hopping in right here. And after that, you're going to hear me cut to about 20 minutes in, and then just listen to it from there. I have reached completeness. This is what occurs. 20 minutes. Not any part of my body. Just existing. Wow, it's 40 minutes? Holy God. 40 minutes just I can't believe that was 40 minutes. That's it, guys. That's it. So listen to this. So right there, I was not trying to be profound. There was no crazy, I'm trying to make a statement when I said I'm just existing. I literally just felt like I was existing. As in, I couldn't feel the water. I couldn't feel my body parts. It felt like I was in space. It felt like I was floating. It was wild. It's awesome, incredible experience. And then it cuts. That was literally 20 more minutes. I didn't say anything. I had the audio track, and there's nothing on it. And I don't remember those 20 minutes. It's like I woke up. I felt fully refreshed. It's like an 8-hour sleep. Didn't take 8 hours, but I felt like I'd been in there for that long. Like I felt great. I slept so hard that night. Incredible experience. If you haven't done it, get down there and do it. Stacey Millhorn was our guest from Pure Sweat and Float Studio right here in South Jordan. Thank you also to the Fresh King Benjamin, Ride the Wave Media, sponsoring it. Nitebreak Comedy right here in Daybreak, baby. You gotta love that. Nobody else was doing it, so Fresh King did it. Ride the Wave sponsoring it. Hilarious. We're getting great reviews on that. Fresh King's getting great reviews. People talking about comparing it to the Comedy Store and all these places in LA. I can attest to that. It's true. Big shows coming up. There's one big one this week with Becca Farewell. Next week, Mike Agrelius. Can't wait to see you guys there. If you need anything from us, it's at Radio Daybreak, across the board, social media. Ride the Wave Media. You'll see us out there. It's Just Blane right here for this week's episode. We'll see you back next week. Becks will be here. Can't wait for that. We'll have to hear all about our trip to Japan and everything else right here in Daybreak. Thank you guys. We'll see you.